Hello and welcome to Pearls of Paradise. My name is Courtney and I'm coming to you from Parma, Ohio, where I live with my husband and all of our yarn. Today is Friday, July 7th, and I am so glad that you're joining me for some knitting chat. I have a lot to talk about today. We've got finished objects, we've got half objects, we've got whips, we have lots of stash additions, we have a knit along to talk about, we have so much. And there's something special for you that'll be coming up later. So grab something to work on, something to drink, laundry to fold, whatever you want to do, whatever you do while you watch these, just do that and let's chat. So welcome. If you're new here, I'm so glad you're joining me. I'm so excited to have you here. And if you're returning, I'm really glad that you keep coming back. That makes me so happy. I love our little Paradise community. It is a beautiful, sunny, finally not scorching day here in Paradise. So I do have some of the windows open. I closed the front windows because all of my neighbors on that side have decided to mow their lawn or leaf blow or weed whack or whatever they're doing. So I did close that. My husband's off work today, so you might hear some life noises in the background. It's real life over here. My Ravelry Instagram and my Pokemon Go friend code, as well as the Ravelry group for the podcast, are all linked down below in the description box, along with hopefully everything else that I talk about in this episode. So if you're interested, check down there. You can follow me over on Instagram. That is where I am most active, although I wouldn't say I'm generally a super active social media person. That's where you can find me most often. Whew. Okay. So now that we're done with that, let's get on to admin. So this is just kind of a reminder, if you're new, this might be the first time you're hearing about it. Starting August 1st, I'll be running my very first craft along, make along. We're calling it a craft along. And it's called the Kit and Caboodle Cal. So you can use the hashtag that may or may not be on the screen right now over on Instagram to join, or please join the Pearls of Paradise Ravelry group page if Ravelry is accessible to you, and join us over there. 2 basic rules. The project that you work on or finish needs to come from a kit. Or a set, mini skein sets, advent sets, any of those kinds of things are welcome. Has to be a fiber craft as well. So knitting, spinning, crochet, embroidery, cross stitch, macrame, rug hooking. If it's a fiber craft, less than 50% done, whip or new cast on, and it came from a kit or a set, you're good to go. So that will run August 1st through October 31st. I'm going to share the prizes for that really quick. I'm not going to talk about them at length. One of them fell on the floor, so I may not be talking about that one at all today. Prize 1 is a kit for the shortcut cowl. And the yarn is all included and was created for you by Laura. So that's one of the potential prizes, and there will be some others. I'll put together a few other things to go with that, during the course of the craft along. Let me just go. And that is a kit for the Forget Me Not mitts. And colorway for the kit is Potluck, and that's from the Alpaca Yarn Company. And of course, if you are a crocheter, you could always use the yarn for something else. If you're a knitter and you don't want to knit this, you could always repurpose the yarn or whatever. But those are the 2 kits that are up for grabs for the craft along. So I really hope that you'll join me. Please help me get the word out. The more people that join, the more fun it's going to be. And I just cannot wait to open up some of my kits I've had hanging around and working on those. I cannot wait to see what you all are going to make. A couple of people have shared with me what they're making, and I am so excited. It's going to be so much fun. So please, please, please join me. Share about it. It's going to be a great time. All right. I think that's all I'm going to have for admin right now. There will be a giveaway later on in the podcast. We'll talk about that towards the end. So stay tuned for that. I'm not going to say anything else about that right now, though. Right now, let's talk finished objects. So I have quite a few this week. These are probably the most long-awaited finished object ever in Pearls of Permadice history podcasting that we are so happy to have done. So these are just a vanilla sock, which if you're newer to knitting, a vanilla sock is a sock that you knit kind of without a pattern or with a pattern, just your own plain sock, whatever's good for you. So I do 64 stitches around. I do a 2x2 rib for the cuff. It's really hard to see on these because of it being black yarn. I do a slip stitch, heel flap, and gusset. I do knit cuff down most of the time. And then I don't know what this toe is called. It's not a star toe. Box toe, maybe? I don't know. It's just a regular toe. It's the toe I do. And they are done. So the yarn, the main color is from the Fangirl Fibers. What was it called? Oh my goodness, it escapes me. The Fangirl Fibers Disney Yarn Club for 2022. If you signed up, you got one full skein each month during the year. And this one is called Prince Ali Ababwa, based on Aladdin. And the black yarn for the heels, toes, and cuffs is Knit Pick Stroll in the colorway black. And if you have been watching over the past 6 months, it took me 6 months to finish these, and I don't know why. I don't know. I have no idea why. I could not tell you. It has taken me so long. I started these in January. I think I'm going to move these a little closer so you can see. I think the colors to me are a little more Halloween. And I wonder if I had knit them in the fall, if I would have felt differently about them, if it would have taken me as long. I think some of it is the black heels, toes, and cuffs. I wasn't very excited to do those. And I do think they're a little bit maybe of a harsher contrast than I truly would have wanted. I don't know. But they are done. I am relieved that they're done. There's nothing wrong with them at all, but I don't know. I have just not been that excited about these, and I'm not sure why, but I'm glad they're done. They're ready to go. I've needed some new socks for this coming fall, so these fit the bill. And I think come Halloween time or like fall, I will be a lot more excited to wear these. So anyways, this is the last time that you'll see these guys. You are probably so happy if you've been watching for a while because I've just been working on these for forever and I don't know why, but they're done. So that is finished object number 1. Number 2 is another whip that has been languishing forever, for almost a year. And that is my Scamper stocking. It's the Scamper Holiday Knit Stocking by Marley Bird. And you know I love a good Marley Bird pattern. And if you have been watching for a while, you may know that last fall I knit quite a few stockings. I knit some for some of my nieces and nephews. And I had started this one beforehand. This one was part of Marley Bird's Christmas in July mystery knit along. So and it's coming up. We'll talk about it in a second. So this was year 3. And I had knit the whole thing. All the knitting was completely done. I just had to go back in, and all of this light pink is duplicate stitching. And I just needed to go back in and do it. And I just didn't. I did not do it for almost a year, which is bananas. But anyways, I went back in last week because I realized I kept saying, oh, I need a Sunday afternoon to do this. I've had lots of Sunday afternoons where I just have not picked this up. And it took more than a Sunday afternoon, but I got it done. So the yarn is Knit Picks City Tweed DK. And let's see if I can remember the colorways. This one is Plum Wine, and I know the pink is Primrose. And I don't remember the color of the white. I know there's an off-white called Snowshoe, and that's not this one. It's the other white. So I don't remember. The details will all be listed down below if you're interested. But it's done. I do still need to sew on a little leather tab so that I can hang it. But I am so happy. So happy with it. It blocked beautifully. All of the colors look so nice. And even when I went back to do the duplicate stitching, I had considered not doing it. I made the same pattern for my niece, Ellie. But I did a little bit of color flipping, and I did a pink heel, toe, and cuff. I also knit along, I think I knit a long solid pink portion, and then duplicate stitched her name on it. And I didn't do any of this duplicate stitching on the flowers or the blips, but I think it looked okay because I had done the pink heels, toes, and cuffs. There was a lot of other color going on there. This one, once I added in that Primrose, it feels finished now. It really looks nice, and I just love it. So that's my Scamper stocking, and this is the knit version. There's a crochet version as well, so if you crochet and you're interested, go check that out. The only thing that I did not exactly do according to pattern here, the heel is, and I talked about this when I talked about the stocking forever ago, the heel is giant. It is not written in the pattern like that. You're supposed to go down, I think, 1 needle size, and I didn't do that because I wasn't paying attention. And it looked really strange before I blocked it, but I kind of love it. It's got more space for more things, and I think it just looks, I don't know, rustic, I guess. I don't know. But I like it. It's fine, and it's done. So there we go. That is my second finished object. My 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th finished objects are all the same. Kind of. They're all the same, but they all have different personalities. So we've got number 3, number 4. We're going to see if I can hold all these up together. Number 5. Oop, come on. Number 6. And number 7. So I have 5 of these done. These are they're going to be ornaments. I do still have to string some ribbon through the tops, which I'll probably do once I get all 50 of them done. I am knitting 50 of these for my uncle, for a Christmas thing for the company he works for. So this is the Jolly Pickle ornament by Michelle Wilcox. It is a free pattern over on yarnspirations.com. And listen, these are so much fun. They're so easy. Once you do 1 or 2, they don't take a lot of brain power. I would say if you know how to knit, purl, increase, and decrease, you can do this. They are not difficult. They're so cute. And if you go to yarnspirations.com, and you can order a kit to make these. So if you think they're cute, they'd make really lovely gifts, and you can order a kit and make them for the Kitten Caboodle craft along. I did not get the yarn and things as a kit, and I need to keep working on these. So let me talk a little bit about it. Because it is a free pattern, it's nice. I don't have to worry about giving too much away. So the body is knit. All of this is Red Heart Super Saver. The body is knit in the colorway Spring Green. You knit the body first. You seam it up. You stuff it. On some of these, I'm using polyfill. On others, I'm using some yarn ends that I've saved for stuffing. So, which I will probably, for the rest of these, and the other like 45, I will probably use yarn ends just to not be wasteful. And then you knit the little hat, the little stocking cap, and it's, I think, some kind of a white, soft white, and cherry red. So you knit the little stocking cap, you knit the little pom-pom, you seam that all together. Then you sew the hat onto the little pickle and embroider in the color charcoal. Little eyes and a mouth. I absolutely love these guys. They are so cute. And each one, probably because I'm not that great at embroidery yet, the faces are all just a little bit different. They've all got a little personality, but I think that actually makes them even more special. So those are my little finished guys. And that kind of takes us into whips, works in progress. So some of these I've knit, just done the whole thing start to finish. And others I'm doing I'm batching. So I've got one of these that is in process of being stuffed. I have to go grab more yarn ends to finish stuffing it. But I've got a bunch of the little bodies done. I've got a hat that I just need to cast off. And I've got one that I finished. So that's kind of what some of the pieces look like before you sew them together. So I will be doing a lot of pickle knitting, lots and lots of pickle knitting over the next however long it takes to make 50. Oh, really quickly, before I totally leave finished objects behind, I wanted to share what my husband's been working on lately. So this is not knitting, it's not a fiber craft, but the library that I work for has a goal this summer, there we go, of making 1,000 paper cranes. And I think my husband has made 65, I think, or something close to that, paper cranes for our 1,000 crane project. So he has been getting very into origami lately. So this is one of the cranes he made. He just whipped this up this morning. Like, I don't know. It takes him no time to do these. I'm kind of jealous how fast these go. I made one and it looked sickly. It did not look well. So I am not going to be making very many of these, but he's made a whole bunch and is really proud of them. And I'm proud of him too. And then he also made, which you can kind of see Score Bunny is wearing. Last night he made these little paper party hats. And he's just been getting really into the origami. So that's pretty cool. And I thought I would share that with you. All right, now we're going back to whips. Let's go to this that's right in front of me. So you guys are seeing more of my Cozy Memories blanket. In my last episode, I had talked about, we did a little recap of what my goals were for 2023 for knitting. Now that we're halfway through the year, where am I on those? All those kinds of things. And I realized I had done pretty well, except in the area of using up scraps, leftovers, mini skeins, all that kind of thing. So I'm trying to focus a little bit more on doing that. So I put in another square on my Cozy Memories blanket. And I think I'm going to try to get this on every podcast. I think I'm going to try to have at least one square done each time to show you. So I just did this one. This was a yarn from Fangirl Fibers from my 999 Haunts wrap. This was part of her 2021 Halloween countdown, I believe. And I think it was Haunted Mansion themed. That sounds right. Yes, it was. It was Haunted Mansion themed. I don't remember the name of this colorway though. But anyways, so I've got that. I'll just flash the blanket for you guys. I know a lot of you love seeing this. I love seeing people's scrappy, cozy memories, or just generally scrappy blankets. I think they're so much fun and they're so colorful and I just love them. So that's the latest square. Hopefully next week or in 2 weeks, whenever it is that I podcast, there will be another square here and maybe even some more. And that's just living in this basket with a bunch of scraps and some advent yarns and things that I'm planning on putting into my Cozy Memories. So throw that there. Let's go with this one. So in my Pokemon bag, which if you're new here, or if you didn't catch at the beginning, I'm very into Pokemon, specifically Pokemon Go, but I just really like Pokemon. You might be able to tell I've got my Score Bunny plushie joining me today, along with Sprigatito, and our mascot, who is not a Pokemon, Stellina, who's a flamingo, since flamingos are the Pearls of Parmadice mascot. And so in my Pokemon bag, we have my Charmander Socks. So you saw this last week, the finished first sock. And I don't believe I had I had not even cast on for the second sock last week. Oop. We are very tangled in here. Okay. And that's how far I got on the second sock. I think I just cast this on last weekend, like this past weekend. And we're already on the foot. I had hoped to have this done, but it just didn't happen. And that's fine. I got a lot of stuff done. So I am very pleased with my progress this week. So they're siblings, not twins. The stripes don't quite match up. That does not bother me at all. I know some people are bothered by that, but it doesn't bother me at all. I'm happy to just use up as much yarn as I can. So I think these are going to be finished next time. I don't see them going past the next podcast. I have really enjoyed working on these. The yarn is, I don't know what I did with there it is. Here's the ball band. This yarn is lovely. I am absolutely adoring working with it. So the main stripy yarn, here we go, is by String Theory Colorworks in the colorway, in the Inertia base. And the colorway is Cynops Cyanurus. And I remember when my husband bought this, it was a Charmander inspired yarn. And I've got my little Charmander. Ooh, can we see him? Turn around, buddy. Okay, that's not working well. There we go. Little Charmander Progress Keeper. Oh my word. Stitch marker. And in case you're not familiar with Pokemon, this is Charmander. And I think they've captured his colors pretty well. So I am, as much as I struggled with these socks, struggled with like the enjoyment, and I don't quite know why, I'm having the exact opposite experience with these. I am loving every single second of knitting on them. The gray is just the color gray in the sock base by Cornbread and Honey. And I had used most of that in the I Heart Rainbow sweater by Tin Can Knits that I knit for my baby niece a few months ago for her mom's baby shower. So it's nice to be using that up as the mini, and I think it's working really, really well. So hopefully that will be a finished pair by the next time I see you. All right. Let's move on to the next whip, which is the last whip. I guess I don't have as many whips as I thought, but that's okay. This one is a half object this week. I'm so excited. Look at that. So this pattern is the Hermione's Everyday Sock, and by Erica Lueder, I think. That sounds right. And the yarn is by Solstice Fiber Co., I think. I don't know why I can't remember anything today. Anyways, Solstice Fiber Company, I'm pretty sure. Studio. Solstice Fiber Studio. That's it. And everything's linked down below. It's fine. In the Salesmen sock set. So it came with the mini, and I really love it. I should put this on a sock blocker to show you guys. So the pattern, Hermione's Everyday Sock, I feel like most people have knit it by now. It's not a new pattern by any means. A lot of people knit it multiple times, but this is my first time knitting it. I did slightly modify the heel. All I did was pick up, I think, an extra stitch, which is what I normally do for my vanilla socks. I normally just pick up an extra stitch there to close to prevent like the little holes at the little gaps at the gusset. So I did do that. Plus it gave me one more gusset, decrease here. So it made it slightly deeper, which I need for my foot. I have kind of high arches. So I think it's coming out really, really cute. I am excited to get the second one really going. I did cast it on. I'll show you in a second. So here's where I was last podcast. I've got my little sheep, which my husband also got for me. I got through all of that, and I'm really happy with it. So, Hermione's Everyday Sock, Solstice Fiber Studio. We're just a little disjointed over here today, but that's okay. It's fine. And then that's my little bit of cuff I have. So I don't know. I don't really think this will be finished by the next podcast. You never know. I don't think it will be, but that's fine. So there we go. And that is living in one of my favorite project bags. This is a project bag my friend Amy made for me. It's got my flamingos on it. It's so summery. She used to sell project bags. She doesn't anymore, but I really love this bag. Makes me so happy. And that is all I have for finished objects, works in progress. Are we ready for the stash additions? I think that's, do we want to go there? Let's talk future plans first, actually. Let's talk future plans. So there are 2 knit-alongs coming up besides my own that I am planning on participating in. I guess technically 3, but the one's not upcoming, it's running. The first one is the Summer Sock Camp knit-along, and if you've been around the knitting community for any length of time, I'm sure you know about it. It's run by Kay, the crazy sock lady, over on her channel, and basically you just knit socks. It's amazing. All summer. So I do need to get my Prince Ali Ababwa socks entered into that. I'm glad I'm doing this to remind myself. So that one is going on. So all of these socks hopefully will get entered in there. The second one runs, I think, July 9th. It runs for 8 days, beginning July 9th. So through the 16th or 17th. And that is Sock Week, which is run by Nitty Natty over on her channel. And the goal is to knit a sock in a week. It can be shorties. I'm pretty sure it can be shorties. It can be a regular sock. I think it just needs to be an adult sock. So I'm hoping to knit a pair that week, which starts Sunday. So we'll see. We'll see. I don't know for sure if that'll happen or not, but I'm hoping to knit a full pair of shorties. And I'm going to use some scraps, which is going to help with my whole use the scraps, use the minis goal. So I'm going to call these, I think, my watermelon socks, because these are really bright, summery watermelon colors. You may remember this is Knit Picks Felici fingering weight, 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon, and you may recognize this if you have been watching since, I think, the very beginning of the podcast. I knit last summer a full pair of socks in this yarn. I had 2 balls. 1 ball is gone. This is what I have left. And I used a light blue for the heels, toes, and cuffs. And I think I even mentioned it back then that I wanted to finish these up as shorties. I may have even said I wanted to use this yarn, which is Knit Pick Stroll, fingering weight, which is essentially the same base, 75%. This is a fine superwash merino, 25% nylon. So I think this is just a little bit of a finer yarn, but it'll be fine as heels, toes, and cuffs. So that is my plan for Nitty Natty's Sock Week. It's like loosely based on Shark Week, but Sock Week. And I'm hoping to get at least one done. I have not made any other decisions other than that. I don't know for sure if I will go ahead and split this into 2 balls. I don't know for sure if I will do toe up or cuff down. I haven't decided. I think I need to weigh this and see how much I have and kind of go from there. If I think I can I don't know. I haven't decided. I kind of want to do toe up just because then I could really use up all of this yarn. But I really like doing cuff down. Cuff down fits me really well. I think toe up shorties are really cute though. It's so hard to make these choices. I think I'm going to do a longer cuff on these and make them, I don't know if I'm going to make them true shorties or if I'm going to make them more like ankle socks with like a thicker ankle cuff. I know I need more shorter socks, ankle or shorties or whatever in my sock collection for those transitional times when I want a little bit of extra warmth from the wool sock, but I don't want all the extra leg warmth in those just transitional when it starts out cold in the morning and then gets hot by the afternoon kind of days in fall and spring. That's what I think I want these for. So I'm not sure. Obviously I'll be casting on Sunday, so I need to make a decision by then. But if you have thoughts, I would love to hear them. Leave me a comment down below and let me know what you would do. I'm kind of leaning towards cuff down because if I do cuff down and I have yarn from this left over, I will definitely have yarn from this left over, which is fine. I can put a square in my Cozy Memories blanket and that would be really fun. So we'll see. We'll see. I really like these colors together though. I think these are just going to be super fun. So that is my plan for those. My next plan, the third make along, is Marley Bird's Christmas in July stocking make along, which I want to say this year runs the July 22nd through the 24th. Again, She hasn't released a ton of details yet, but you can get a little bit of information, I think, over on her Facebook page. So she has let us know what yarn we need and what the amounts are. So it is going to be Knit Picks City Tweed DK again, which I love. This is year 4 that I've participated in her stocking make along, and which I can't even believe it's been 4 years since this started. I love it. I look forward to it every single summer. It's amazing. The first summer was kind of a totally different look, and then the last 2 summers, and I guess this summer as well, are going to have this City Tweed DK kind of base, and it's all, except for the first year, so far it's always been a Colorworks stocking, and I really love it. However, I did not want to buy new yarn for this year. I have bought yarn each year leading up to this. Last year I bought a lot of City Tweed because I made those other stockings for my nieces and nephews. So when she released the colors that you would need, like the amounts and stuff, I thought, okay, I'm going to go back to my City Tweed DK scraps. They're not really scraps even, like leftovers, and see if I can pull something together. And I think I have a few options. I unfortunately don't have all of the ball bands with this, so I don't know the exact colorway names, but you can hop on Knit Picks website and see for yourself. I have a lot of these colors. So you need 2 full balls of yarn. And I'm hoping she tells us exactly what she means by 2 full balls. Like, do you need all of 2 full balls, or are you just gonna like kind of break into that second ball? Because if that's the case, I'm going to probably use this dark gray. I think the colorway might be charcoal. I don't know. I might use this as my main color. If you really kind of truly need 2 full balls, or closer to 2 full balls, I am going to use, and I may still do this anyway, just because I think this would be pretty as a stocking base, which I don't know why I'm saying that, because I did use it as anyway. It's this Plum wine, which is the base for this stocking. And I can just tell by feeling it, I have more of this than of this. You can kind of tell I'm squishing this down and this is not squishing down. So I may go with this as the base. And then she says she has variations where you can do different amounts of colors. And I have a lot of colors to pull from, and I actually think I have maybe 1 or 2 more colors floating around that I'm just not sure where they are. I need to get those together. So I've got this off-white, which, yes, I think this is Snowshoe. Some of this might be the Aran weight as well, so I need to double check on that because I have some that's Aran weight. This is an Aran weight one. I think this is DK though, so that one won't be used. But I've got this. I have the Primrose left over from that stocking. I've got this. I want to say this was like seaweed, maybe. Kind of a chartreusey color. I've got this one, which I think was Jacquard. Oh, and I really like this one. Or Kelp. Kelp. That was Kelp. I've got, this might have been Jacquard. I don't remember. But I've got this one. I've got this pretty light blue. I have whatever this true white is. Which actually, I have another ball of that. So this is another one of those, depending, that might be able to be a base too. I don't know. And are those all the color options I have? I have more Primrose. Some of this is Aran. wait. Yeah, I've got, oh, and this one is Blue Blood. Now, I don't think I will be using this one just because this is Plum Wine and this is Blue Blood, and they are very similar. So I don't think I'm going to use this one, especially if this one ends up being the base. If I end up using a different base, I may use this Blue Blood in it. I'm not sure yet. I think I have a red around somewhere too. I'm pretty sure, but I don't know where that one's gotten. So right now, most of my City Tweed, DK, and Aran weight are living in this project bag so that it's all together. And we'll see what it becomes. I don't know what colors I'm going to choose yet, but I definitely have plans to participate. I hope you participate in that one too, if that's something that you want to do. And I mean, you don't have to use City Tweed DK. You could use a different DK, but especially for stockings, I love the look of this. And it's so soft. It has some alpaca in it. It's really special. I really love this yarn. All right, so that is that plan. Let's move into stash additions. And my friends, there are a lot. So I'm just gonna pull things over and we're just gonna go with however they come over here. So we will start with, oh, you know what? We'll start with this. So my sweet friend Jennifer, who is also my coworker and also part of my little knit group, got an extra, she had an extra of this embroidery magazine, and I really want to work on my embroidery skills. I think that's going to be a big 2024 goal. And it came with this little kit, so she gave me the little kit too. And I just think it is darling. I cannot wait to work on this. And like one of my goals, like not this year, not next year, but my someday goal, I would love to embroider a jean jacket like that. I think that would just be so cool. So cool. And this magazine has all kinds of different like embroidery ideas, different stitches, just, yeah. I think it would be so much fun to really enhance my very limited embroidery skills. And they've got directions in here on how to make that kit. It's really a lovely magazine. So anyways, thank you, Jennifer. I'm so excited. I cannot wait to make this kit. I might work on that during the kit and caboodle cow. Maybe that's something I'll work on. That would be actually a really wonderful idea. So I may do that. So that is my first stash addition. My next, and these are not in the order in which I got them. Then this was at my door. I had pre-ordered this. This is the Good Vibes Summer Box by Cornbread and Honey. And it came beautifully packaged. I did open it already, so it was tied, but I put things back in as best I could. So I got a little card listing everything that's on there. So sweet little note card there with that. Really pretty ribbon with rainbows. You open that up. And inside is all of this. So, whoop, it's really hard to hold this up and show you. So I'm gonna put this down and take the things out. So the first thing that caught my eye is this really sweet little water bottle. And it holds like 15 ounces or something, which is pretty good for something that little. So that'll be really great too. I like this to clip on to like my backpack or whatever when I'm out walking and knitting. So little water bottle and a whole bunch of Good Vibes stickers, which are really really fun. And then this really sweet little bee notions pouch. And then inside were a whole bunch of goodies. So she included this little notebook, which I think I'm going to use as my sock week journal. I think that's what I'm going to do with this. Maybe use it as a sock week journal. We'll see. With this little notebook. And then little sticky notes, which I use. Somebody I was watching, a podcaster, and I can't remember who, I think it might have been Nitty Natty, was talking about digital patterns versus paper print patterns. I prefer to print mine out. I save them, I reuse them. The sock pattern that I just reference for my numbers, is, let me see if I have a piece of it to show you. It is ready to fall apart. I really need to print myself a new copy. I use them until, you can't even read the parts where the fold are. It's been folded and unfolded and put in project bags so many times. I am a pattern printer. And so I use a lot of sticky notes. I write notes about where I left off. I use them for charts or rows to remind myself when I put a project down and come back to it where I am. So these are really, really handy for me. Also, nothing against digital patterns. I do use them on my phone sometimes. I'm out and about a lot though, and I like to conserve the battery on my phone. And I also just don't like to be on my phone quite that much. So I prefer the printed. And then I've got all these little cute stitch markers. Look at this rainbow one. How sweet and how fun are those? And they've got the nice earring back clasp. So but they're circle. They're not oval. So I think these will work really nice even if you use them as beginning of round markers or whatever. But they are really pretty. And I cannot wait to use these. They're so fun. And then a sweet little rainbow keychain, which I'm also going to put on a project bag. I don't know what project bag yet, but that's going on a project bag. It's so cute. And these are super cool. I always feel like I need more snips. And look at these. They just hook on your notions pouch or whatever, and boop, they're this little tiny thing. Look how small that is. So very excited about those. I can always use more snips. And then I've got one of her lotion bars. This one, I wish you could smell this. It smells so good. It's apricot and honey. And she's got the cute little bee in there. She calls them her hive bars. And I love these. These are great for in your knitting bag. If you don't want a tube of lotion that could potentially explode on your knitting. I love these. They're so nice. So that's everything that was in the little notions pouch. But let's get to what you all are waiting for, which is the yarn. She outdid herself. It's gorgeous. Look at all of these beautiful colors. Look at that. This gives me all of the good vibes, all the summer vibes. I just absolutely love it. So it's called just the Good Vibes Summer Box Fingering Weight Sock Set. So the main skein is 93 grams, 463 yards, and the mini, hang on. Oh no, I understand what she's doing. Never mind. It's 463 yards, 100 grams, and then the mini is 93 yards for 20 grams. I love it so much. It is just gorgeous. So my first thought when I saw this was, oh, these are going to be my socks for the for sock week. And the more I've looked at this, these can't be socks because it's just too pretty. I need this up here. I don't know what it's going to be. This is probably going to become a shawl at some point or something. I don't know. I love it. Like, it's so good. Whoop, I'm dropping it. This is kind of a mess, but it's fine. And by this, I just mean my whole thing today, but it's okay. All right. So that was what was in my Good Vibes summer box. Just put everything back in here for now. I'll put it back in nicer later. Okay. So there was that. And then, let me see what I can reach here. That was nice. Everything just slid right over. So I am pretty certain that everyone has now received their June Fangirl Fibers Quarterly Yarn Club Barbie yarn. If not, look away. I don't know where yours is. Mine came, I think, the day I podcasted or the following business day. It came very shortly after, and I was a little bummed that I didn't get to show you last time. But that's okay, because I'm going to show you right now. So if by some chance you don't have it, yeah, look away. But if you do, we're good. I would be very surprised if anyone doesn't have it yet. I love this. Again, it's so bright. This one is called Malibu Barbie, and I think she captured the colors of Malibu Barbie absolutely perfectly. So I did get my club on a DK base because that's what's kind of missing in my stash right now is DK, worsted, and Aran weight yarns. I have a lot of fingering weight, not a lot of that. So I absolutely love it. When the last installment comes, which should be in the next couple of weeks here, I think she's going to include some pattern ideas for the set. And I'm really excited. I want to knit something with the set. I want to keep it together. I just think it's so pretty. So, so pretty. Then, I know, it's been quite the 2 weeks. Then the July countdown from Fangirl Fibers arrived. It may have arrived the same day, if not, it was the following business day. And I got this bag with Espion on it. This was one of the things that came with it, is this cool project bag, which also is holding all of the unopened mini skeins for the July countdown. And they're all Pokemon themed. I am really, really enjoying this. So the other extras that came with it are little, I don't know if you can really see that, but they're little Pokeball stitch markers. And then she included a little packet of soap. And I'm so excited about this. A Gengar pin, which Gengar is not in the frame with me. He usually is. He's sitting on the floor. Gengar is one of our, both mine and my husband's and my brother's favorite Pokemon. We love him. So we have a Gigundo plushie of him. He's usually sitting on our couch like almost all the time. So I'm very excited to have the pin to be able to wear. So all the minis that are unopened are in here. But I have opened, today's July 7th, so I have opened days 1 through 7. So day 1, there wasn't a card or anything with. So thankfully she posted, this one is called Trainer. It's just this light gray. And July 2nd was the Pokemon Cub Chew. And it was this beautiful blue. I really like this one. Day 3 is ice type, which is this. It's a pretty like teal with some white running through there. Day 4 was Frostmoth. I don't know. My camera doesn't really focus, so. But this one is so pretty. It's got those pretty pink speckles, like a periwinkle running through it. Really pretty. Day 5 was Ice Cube. Which is also just so pretty. I love blues. So this was my jam. And then yesterday, the 6th, was Alolan Vulpix. Which has like some light grays and light blues. Very wintry, icy. And day 7, it's showing up a little more gold on the screen. In person, it's more green. It's like a chartreusey green color. Let me see if I can. No, it's just going to show up kind of gold. But anyways, this is dragon type. So for the next several days, we should be getting some dragon inspired yarns. So very excited about that. So I'm going to hold up all of these together just so you can see them together. I think I have decided what I'm going to do with my Pokemon yarns. I have the yarn calendar from last year that I haven't done anything with yet because I've been waiting for the right project. And I can't recall, let me see here. There we go. There they all are together. Oh, they look really, really, really pretty lined up like that. Oh, that's gorgeous. I'm going to do a blanket. And it took me a while to decide. I thought I wanted a shawl. Then I thought I wanted a sweater. And I could not figure out a good way to use, at the end of the day, 62 colors in a sweater or in a shawl in a way that I would like. So I wish I could remember the name of it. I don't remember. But there is, I think it's called the honeycomb quilt, maybe, or the beekeeper quilt, something with bees. You knit little hexie puffs, so like hexagons, and then you stuff them and connect them. And I want to say it's by Tiny Owl Knits, but I could be wrong. It's not a new pattern by any stretch of the imagination. I think it's over 10 years old. And it's like a quilt. And I'm going to do that, because then I can use up these minis by just knitting these little hexie puffs. I can put them in different orders. And I think something like that would look great with that many colors. It would be really bright, really fun. And then I'd have a Pokemon quilt. How cool would that be? That would be so cool. So I'm looking forward to starting that hopefully kind of soon. I think that might be, I might not, I don't know. I was going to start it last weekend and then it didn't happen, but that's okay. Might wait for these guys to get done though, since these are little things that are getting stuffed. All right, I am on to the last stash additions. We are almost done, and we are almost to the part that's for you. So, my dear friend, my very, very dear friend, who wishes to remain anonymous, so I will be referring to her as the Flamingo Fairy. She's just amazing. She's such a good friend. She's amazing. She made me a project bag, and it's so pretty. I'm in this whole pink phase right now, which I don't know what that's about, but I'm very into pink at the moment. It's gorgeous. It just screams summer to me. Like, it's kind of got that, like, I don't know, it's not quite tie-dye, but like that sort of effect. It's got these great handles. It has this really nice box bottom. And the zipper closure, it's huge on the inside. Like, I don't know how much yarn you could get in there, but it's huge. And she put a little pocket in for me. I absolutely adore this. So thank you, Flamingo Fairy. I think, you know what I think this would be perfect for? I am going to put my Barbie yarn in this bag. And once I have a pattern for it, I think this is going to be the project bag for whatever project that is. I think that's what I'm going to do. Yes, that's what's going to happen with this. This will be my Barbie bag. I'm so excited. So anyways, thank you, Flamingo Fairy. I absolutely adore this. It's so pretty. And the Flamingo Fairy brought something for you. So we're going to do a giveaway kind of in honor of our Kitten Caboodle Cal that's coming up, and also in honor of my 1-year podcast anniversary. I can't believe I will have been podcasting for a year next time I talk to you. July 22nd last year was when I finally got the courage to press record and then press publish. And that's where we are. So yay! It's been a year. If you have just joined me, thanks for joining. I'm so excited to have you. If you've been here the whole entire year, thank you. Like, from the bottom of my heart, sincerely, thank you so much. It's been a journey. So she so generously donated a really adorable, really cute flamingo, of course, crochet kit. So you can make Coco the flamingo, or you could use the yarn for whatever. But it's this beautiful crochet kit from Hardy Craft, and one of you is going to win this. So whatever you do, do not post the word giveaway below. Don't do that. There are so many scammers out there right now. So many. It's insane. Don't do that. We're not going to put that in the title. We're just not doing that. If you would like a chance to win this, I am going to have you comment below. You know what? Any comment will work. You just have to have the word flamingo in there. That works. Flamingo. That's the magic word. But I'd love to hear what you're working on. How is your summer going? Whatever. Things like that would be great. What you're making for the Kitten Caboodle Cal. Just use the word flamingo in there so that I know you would like to be entered to win. So there we go. There's that. We're through stash editions. That was so much. It's been an amazing, it's just been a really incredible 2 weeks. So that takes us right into life updates. I don't remember. I think the last time I spoke with you that weekend, I think I worked on the Saturday. I don't know what we did that evening. I don't remember. Oh, I do remember. We got together with our friends, Mark and Rachel. We went out to dinner with them and had a lovely time. And I don't remember what we did that Sunday. We probably just hung out at home or something. And then the following week was pretty good, just working and stuff. I've had a couple of migraines recently, which has been a little bit of a bummer. But this past weekend, I had some extra time off from work. My husband had extra time off, and my brother had extra time off. So Saturday, we picked up my brother. He treated us to brunch at one of our favorite places. We went to GameStop. I got a new friend. This is Duskull. He's a Pokemon. And then we did some Pokemon Go around the lake out there. Not Lake Erie, Brunswick Lake. much smaller. Walked around, did Pokemon Go. That was great. Came home. We had a Pokemon weekend. I cooked a lot of really good food. We played the video games. We played Pokemon Scarlet. We played Pokemon, they played Diamond. I played Pearl. We did a ton of Pokemon Go stuff. We watched the North American International Championships for Pokemon Go, which if you're interested at all, they are on the official Pokemon YouTube channel. You can go rewatch, check it out. But they have Pokemon Go championships and tournaments, video game tournaments, and trading card game tournaments. And we also did the trading card game. My brother bought us each a card pack, so we had fun opening those. I got a Pokemon cookbook out of the library, and we made a, float, soda float, with orange soda and ginger ale and vanilla ice cream and orange sherbet that was based on a Pokemon Clobopus. Is that how you pronounce it? Okay. I'm not so good at my Pokemon pronunciations all the time. Clobopus. It was just really great. And then he went home Monday afternoon, and the Tuesday was Independence Day here in America. So my husband and I were also both off work for that. I ended up with a migraine that did go away by the afternoon, which was good, but that was a more low-key day. That was my knitting catch-up day. I got a lot of knitting done that afternoon. And then Wednesday morning, I'm so thrown off on what day it is. Wednesday at work, we just had cake day. Sometimes our department, we're all really good friends, and we all just really enjoy each other. And so sometimes we just get ideas and decide to roll with them. So a couple months ago, we did Mexican Wednesday, where everybody brought Mexican food in. And last Friday, I just decided we should have Cake Wednesday. We had sort of floated the idea. So I sent out an email and we had Cake Wednesday. So Wednesday morning, I got up early. My husband was off Wednesday, so got up early and made a strawberry lemon coffee cake. And I just made another one this morning because I brought it into work, and I don't get to bring things in very often, just because if you're new here, my husband and I have one vehicle. So it's, when I bring things to work, it's kind of complicated getting it there. So I just don't normally do that. So it was really special and really fun for me to get to take in something that I made. And it was gone in less than 3 hours. It was crazy. It was just gone. So a few of my coworkers were disappointed that they didn't get to try it. And also my husband was disappointed that I did not save him any. So I made another one this morning, which it's just felt really good to get in the kitchen and bake. I don't normally bake a ton in the summer because it's hot. It's been very hot and very humid here lately. So I haven't felt like baking, and we've had the air conditioner running, so kind of stayed away from that. But it felt so good to get in there and bake. And yeah, I think that's everything. We did go to the drive-in, but I think I had spoken to you last time after we went to the drive-in. We haven't been to the drive-in since then. Yeah. We watched some movies. We watched Avatar, the first one, on Disney Plus. I've seen it several times. I saw it in theaters when it came out, but my husband had never seen it, so we watched that. We watched Peter Pan and Wendy. That was also very good. We enjoyed that. I haven't been reading a lot. I really need to get back into my reading. I've been in a slump. Really have been. So if there's something that you've enjoyed reading lately that you'd like to recommend, please do so down below. I think that's it. This is a long one. So I hope you enjoyed this, but I probably should wrap it up. I am hungry. I'm ready for lunch, and I need to get this edited and uploaded for you guys. So thank you so much for joining me. If you'd like to enter the giveaway, please do not forget to comment below with the word flamingo in your comment for a chance to win. hopefully, and I will, oh, that's right. That was the other thing. Comment below. I will announce the winner in 2 weeks when I podcast. So, I will probably record on the Thursday, I think, or no, I'll record on the Friday. So, you have until pretty much the morning of Eastern time, Friday the 21st, to get those entries in. And then I will draw a winner and I will announce it here on the podcast, on the video. I will not ask you for your credit card information. I am not going to, ask you to contact me down below. I'm not going to reach out to you. I will just announce the winner here and then tell you how to get in touch with me. So just want to make that clear, as like I said, there have been lots of scammers. Do not, if somebody's pretending to be me, don't do that. I'm never going to do that. I'm only going to announce the winner on the video. So there's my little disclaimer. Be careful out there. And yeah, also, another thing that I just haven't mentioned in a while, I do have an email for the podcast. So if you don't have Instagram and you don't have Ravelry and you want to join in on the knit along or the craft along, or show me what you're going to be working on or whatever, you can always email me at pearlsofparmadice@gmail.com, and that'll be linked down below too. So, all right, now I think I've got everything in there that I wanted to tell you all, hopefully. Otherwise, it'll just have to wait for next time. But I'm so glad that you're here with me. I'm so glad you joined me. I can't wait to see what you all are working on. I think next time we are going to go through some of the kits I have. We'll probably try to figure out what in the world I'm going to start with for the kit and caboodle cowl. Since it is a 3-month knit along, I'm hoping to get through craft along. I'm hoping to get through several kits. We'll see. Anyways, have a lovely rest of your day, friends. Have a great couple of weeks, and I hope that you find some time to knit or crochet or craft or just enjoy your little corner of paradise, and I'll be over here enjoying my little corner of Paradise. I'll see you next time. Bye.